Around 99 million years ago, during the early stages of the Late Cretaceous, northern Africa was teeming with life. It was a region of sprawling wetlands, dense mangrove forests, and vibrant ecosystems. However, this prehistoric paradise was far from peaceful. It was home to some of the most fearsome predators the world has ever seen, giants that ruled the land with unmatched ferocity. One of these titans was Spinosaurus, a massive water-loving predator that has dominated the spotlight thanks to its appearances in popular culture. Yet, lurking in the shadows of history was another equally terrifying carnivore, one whose very name evokes images of monstrous power and deadly precision. This was the Carcharodontosaurus, a predator so formidable it earned the title of the giant terrestrial shark. Discovery of a prehistoric titan. The story of Carcharodontosaurus begins over a century ago. In 1914, a partial skeleton of this massive theropod was unearthed in Egypt by German paleontologist Ernst Stromer. At the time, political tensions and instability in the region delayed the transportation of these precious fossils to Germany. It wasn't until 1922 that the remains finally reached their destination, where Stromer meticulously studied and described them. In 1931, Stromer officially named the new genus and species, Carcharodontosaurus saharicus. The genus name, derived from Greek, means shark-toothed lizard, a reference to the creature's razor-sharp teeth that bore a striking resemblance to those of modern great white sharks. Its species name, saharicus, honored the Sahara Desert, where its remains were discovered. Unfortunately, Stromer's groundbreaking work was overshadowed by tragedy. During World War II, a bombing raid on Munich destroyed the museum where the fossils were stored, obliterating the original skeleton. For decades, this colossal predator remained an enigma, until new discoveries brought it back to life. In the years that followed, additional remains of Carcharodontosaurus were uncovered across North Africa, allowing paleontologists to piece together the story of this prehistoric giant. A giant among giants. The Carcharodontosaurus was not just another theropod, it was a behemoth. This predator ranks among the largest terrestrial carnivores to ever walk the earth, standing shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Tyrannosaurus rex and Giganotosaurus. Adult Carcharodontosaurus saharicus reached staggering lengths of 12.5 meters, 41 feet from snout to tail, with some estimates suggesting even larger individuals that exceeded 13 meters, 43 feet. To put this into perspective, it was longer than a school bus, and nearly 88 times heavier than the average human, tipping the scales at over 6 metric tons. Its sheer size alone would have made Carcharodontosaurus an apex predator. But it wasn't just its bulk that struck terror into its prey. The skull of this theropod was massive, measuring up to 1.6 meters, 5.2 feet, in length. Unlike the thick, crushing skull of the Tyrannosaurus rex, the skull of Carcharodontosaurus was lighter and more streamlined, designed not for bone-crushing power, but for tearing flesh. The real weapons, however, were its teeth. Carcharodontosaurus possessed a mouthful of 62 serrated teeth, each long, razor-sharp, and deadly efficient. With approximately 20 serrations per centimeter of edge, these teeth were remarkably similar to those of modern sharks. Rather than pulverizing bones, Carcharodontosaurus relied on its teeth to slice through soft flesh, inflicting massive, gaping wounds that would have caused catastrophic blood loss. Its bite force, though not as powerful as a T-Rex, was still nothing to scoff at. Scientists estimate that Carcharodontosaurus could generate up to 25,000 newtons of force, about 39% more powerful than the bite of a large great white shark. This deadly combination of size, speed, and slicing teeth made it a truly terrifying predator. An ambush predator in a prehistoric jungle. Paleontologists believe that Carcharodontosaurus was an ambush predator, much like modern crocodiles. Its vision was finely tuned for hunting, with narrow binocular eyesight that allowed it to judge distances and time its attacks with deadly precision. Research into its skull structure and sensory capabilities suggests that it used motion parallax, a trait seen in crocodiles today, to detect prey movement. Once an unsuspecting dinosaur entered its domain, Carcharodontosaurus would use its powerful legs to launch into a charge, covering ground with surprising speed for its size. Its muscular forelimbs, equipped with sharp, curved claws, likely played a crucial role in grasping prey and preventing escape. Some studies even suggest that adult Carcharodontosaurus could lift dinosaurs weighing up to 500 kilograms, half a ton, off the ground, pulling them closer to its gaping jaws. This method of attack would have been bloody and brutal. Fossil evidence shows that Carcharodontosaurus had one of the highest tooth replacement rates of any theropod. Teeth frequently became lodged in the flesh of its prey during attacks, only to be replaced by new ones, much like modern sharks. A rivalry of giants, Carcharodontosaurus versus Spinosaurus. One of the most fascinating aspects of Carcharodontosaurus is that it shared its environment with another apex predator, Spinosaurus aegyptiacus. Northern Africa during the Late Cretaceous was a predator's paradise, but it was also a competitive and dangerous place. Spinosaurus, famous for its enormous sail and semi-aquatic lifestyle, was larger than Carcharodontosaurus, reaching lengths of up to 15 meters, 50 feet. However, these two giants likely avoided direct conflict through niche partitioning. Spinosaurus, with its elongated snout and conical teeth, specialized in hunting aquatic prey like fish and smaller crocodile-like creatures. Carcharodontosaurus, on the other hand, dominated the terrestrial food chain, preying on dinosaurs such as sauropods, ornithopods, and smaller theropods. That said, the two predators may have occasionally crossed paths, especially during times of drought or resource scarcity. Such encounters would have been titanic clashes, battles that remain forever lost to time but fire the imagination of paleontologists and dinosaur enthusiasts alike. Life in a prehistoric ecosystem. The environment that Carcharodontosaurus inhabited was rich and diverse. Fossil evidence shows that northern Africa during the Late Cretaceous was home to a vast array of life, including giant sauropods like Paralititan, armored dinosaurs, and numerous crocodile-like creatures. The region also boasted an impressive variety of aquatic animals, including sharks, ray-finned fish, and even early snakes. Such a diverse ecosystem provided ample food for Carcharodontosaurus, allowing it to thrive for millions of years. Yet, this predator's dominance was not without challenges. Fossilized remains of Carcharodontosaurus show evidence of injuries, infections, and puncture wounds, suggesting that fights among these massive predators were not uncommon. Whether over mates, territory, or resources, these battles would have been nothing short of legendary. The fall of a giant. Despite its success, Carcharodontosaurus could not escape the hand of time. By 94 million years ago, this predator vanished from the fossil record. While the exact cause of its extinction remains uncertain, many paleontologists believe that changes in the environment, such as the loss of habitat or a decline in prey populations, played a significant role. As ecosystems shifted and resources dwindled, even a predator as formidable as Carcharodontosaurus could not adapt quickly enough to survive. Legacy of the shark-toothed lizard. Today, Carcharodontosaurus stands as a symbol of prehistoric power and mystery. Its fossils, scattered across North Africa, tell the story of a predator that ruled the land with unmatched ferocity. Alongside its relatives in the Carcharodontosauridae family, such as Giganotosaurus and Mathosaurus, it has cemented its place as one of the most impressive carnivores to ever walk the earth. From its shark-like teeth to its titanic size, Carcharodontosaurus was a predator unlike any other. Though it disappeared millions of years ago, its legacy continues to inspire awe and wonder, reminding us of a time when giants ruled the land.